I still have no idea what the Play It Forward. I've listened to the Play It Forward thing. I've watched the beginning of a Play It Forward, and I know it. But in my head, it's just it's just the CTS music for whatever reason. It's the one that I hear. It's the one we've been hearing an awful lot of, I guess. So that's what I hear all the time. Welcome. Hey, it's more Play It Forward, and I'm Beej. I'm playing Betrayal at Krondor. This is all happening on twitch.tv/loadingreadyrun, on the Loading Ready Run live entertainment network. All the different shows that we do. This is the one where we play a game stem to stern. Not everybody goes for 100% completion. Indeed, I don't even think that I'm doing like 100% completion because it depends on how. But I'm trying to do as many of the side quests and everything else as possible, and then maybe that's the thing. But this is in an era where not every game was like, I'll give you a percentage, right? We should just be happy this game doesn't have like a score counter. Because does it need it? No, ain't gonna need it. Right. What do I need to do? I need to give you the rundown of how everything works before we roll. All right. If you are watching this on YouTube, on the VOD channel, hi. Love to have you here. You go to the main channel, youtube.com/loadingreadyrun. You can join the YouTube memberships, and that's a way to financially support the channel. Because everything we do here is brought to you by you. You are the ones that make it happen. Including those people, lovely people here on Twitch, twitch.tv/loadingreadyrun. You guys are watching this live, and you're going to be subscribing, and you'll be giving bits and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just going to thank you people at the end of the shift, at the end of my shift. Let's just say it's a shift. I'm doing my shift at the end of my stream. But also that opens the door for me to talk about the Patreon and patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Yeah, we have a Patreon, and it's getting bigger every day. I get a notification every time somebody joins the Patreon, and it has jumped. And I imagine that's partially due to YouTubers, the YouTube audience discovering that we have a Patreon. I don't know exactly for sure. Because I mention this all the time and we never see a movement, but we put the thing up on YouTube. We put a YouTube update up, and all of a sudden people are like, oh, right, yeah, they're Patreon, and they're going over there. And thank you, everybody who are contributing to give that such a boost. It is gladdening to see. I hate the word heartening, by the way. Everyone's like, well, heartening's the opposite of disheartening. I'm like, yeah, but heartening was not in common usage in most of the stuff I read for a very long time, and yet disheartening was. And then one day people were like, well, it's disheartening, but it's the opposite. So what is it? Is it heartening? Yeah, I think it's heartening. Okay, well, I wouldn't want to say things on accident. No, you wouldn't. You want to say them by purpose, wouldn't you? Yes. Jesus Christ. So that became a thing. And I know that heartening back in like the 1600s was like, apparently people would use that, but I'm like, but we stopped using it, but now we're using it again. I'm like, I don't know what's happening with the English language. So I'm trying to find other words. Encouraging is the one that I like the best, is that it is encouraging to see all you people join the Patreon. 2,600 of you. Like a few days ago, it was like, oh my God, it was like just below 2,500, and all of a sudden over 100 people show up. This is so cool. And then there's also store.loadingreadyrun.com. That is the place where we sell our merchandise, and we have t-shirts like the Lure Pride shirt. If you're still in June, you're still celebrating Pride. If you're not, you're watching the VOD and it's like November or something at this point. It's still technically Pride as far as we're concerned, because year round we're going to have that shirt up. We just love it so much, and we think that people will want to buy it at any time. Why just put that in June? Why not have your Pride merchandise all year round to show? If you're the kind of company that's like, hey, we want people to, celebrate this, it's like, yeah, then leave that shit up on your store. Let people have it all the time. Like Christ, Apple has their watch bands, I think, up all the time as well. It's like, this isn't a sometimes thing, guys. Like, it's important. So, we have that, the Lure Pride shirt. We have, which I think looks super cool. We have the new Agatha Christie playmat. It is the size of a regular playmat. I just got asked in chat, Indy Kazi, can you comment? Asks me, Indy Kazi says, can you comment how big the Agatha Christie playmat is? I'm like, it is the size of our other playmats. I actually don't know. It's like 18 by 24 or something like that. I can't remember how big the size is. Whatever it is, it's the size of our normal playmat. We didn't get too big of one like that. But yeah, you can also buy us, like, we have the Quirpline shirt still. I think we even have some of the welcome bags for Quirpline. We have all sorts of other playmats as well. The RoadQuest official merch, the RoadQuest water bottles apparently have appeared back in stock, so people are looking to buy stuff. But I do want to say, the Season 11 DVD and Blu-ray sets, and if you pre-ordered these from the store a while ago, or you backed the Kickstarter at a certain point where we were like giving at a tier where we were giving these to you as a thank you, we were trying to contact all of you to make sure that we can make this work. And then today I was just like, how many do we have left to do? That many? Great. Set aside Blu-rays and DVDs enough to hold that. And how many do we have left over? Only 100 of each, roughly? Well, put them live on the site. You can now go buy the Season 11 Blu-ray, or you can buy the Season 11 DVD set right now. It's on the store, and I'm very happy to have made them available. It is. If you go there right now, they'll be included as featured items right on the front page. So nice and easy to get to. You can now buy your own copy of the Blu-ray or buy your own copy of the DVD for Season 11. We're doing our best to work through that. If we have extra ones left over, after they sell out this time, they're going to be from the packet of people that we were unable to contact to give them their copy. So this might be all we have, what you see left there, and it is a limited edition item, and I'll be damned if you make me make more disc media at this point. So there's that. Go buy your Season 11 whatevers. There is very limited stock remaining. What else do I want to mention? I mean, that's good. I think that's probably enough. And that means we can get on with the game. Yes. Twitch, YouTube memberships, Patreon, thank you, the store, and I think we can just go. If you want to see other things that we're doing, there is also the Richards just used the bang update command, and thank you for that. The Spring 2021 YouTube update on the state of how things are going for us, that's just up on YouTube. You can go check that out on the main channel and watch and find out what it is we're up to. So, I'm sorry. The RoadQuest bottle is apparently not back in stock. They have, I think it's in receiving, and so they'll be receiving them and updating the probably by tomorrow, maybe. I have the feeling that's the case. I asked him, like, did you guys receive them? Like, he's like, yeah, they arrived, and I'm like, cool. That did not mean they were received, because you have to process stuff. You have to be able to put it in. So I would say check back tomorrow, and you should be able to get that bottle. Oh, right, that was it. EU shipping. We are going to have to suspend shipping as of July the 1st this year. That is just due to how VAT and tax processing and whatnot works with the EU. It's the same as it's a similar situation to what's going on in the UK. We have to suspend shipping, so you won't be able to buy anything July 1st, 2021. Anything you buy before then, we should be able to send stuff out for. We will be working on finding a solution, I promise. It's just going to take some time. I do have restock of other Pride shirts coming soon, so hopefully we'll receive those within the week, but I can't promise anything there either. So it is dark out. I have a Ring of Prandir. Why not just... I should have looked to see what time it was. Why not just use it? We're going to be... So this is interesting that we're going to be outdoors. Where are we at the moment? We are in the north area of the Dimwood. And a funny thing is that everything in this chapter only happens in the Dimwood. We cannot leave any of the 3 directions that are on the map. We cannot leave. And they're heavily guarded with endless combat. So if we try to turn around, we will not be able to leave. The help web that I'm using actually says most of the combats and some of the caches are unique to this chapter. So there might be things worth looking for around here that we might not have been able to find in the past. The idea is there's an optional quest. You have to go talk to Craig, and then you have to cross a bridge and then kill the Pentathians and then retrieve Craig's trap and return the traps to Craig. Well, we did that, and because we did that, we get to go to we get to go to the new shop, I believe. Here it says that, yeah, if you need to only open one shop, it's the Fife and Laurel. It won't be open until you've already performed a quest in chapters 3 or 6, or you perform midway through the current chapter 7. So there is some stuff in here about, unless you've set up a scheme, capital S scheme, involving the Fife and Laurel in Chapter 7, James and company will hardly need any money in this chapter anyway. We don't need to be buying a whole bunch of stuff. We only need to pick up the stuff that we think we're going to need. And also, James, Locklear, and Patras will not return in subsequent chapters. So this is the last we get of them. Whatever the hell happens after this is whatever happens after this. That'll be interesting. What else what can I do around here? It's just like, go to the shop. You can look inside and find some things, but it doesn't seem like there's much else to do. And I believe we're going to get a lot of information on what it is we need to look for and do in order to make it through the rest of this area. So let's get back to the main. There's a house. No one has lived in that house in some time. And if we go directly back north, we're going to run into some enemies that we have to fight. So we need to steer clear of that space. What we are looking to do... we are largely looking to do is explore this area. I always find goblin bodies everywhere. This is just supposed to be lots of fights and whatnot. I mean, we can probably go beyond... go over to the waterfall again, why not? Everybody is doing fine, though no one is as, I mean, fine for relative natures of fine. Some other boxes. We've been here before. Patras can't read any of these things. Since we've been in here and looked through a lot of this stuff, I wonder if there's actually anything we need, because currently the guys are best stuff they can have, and, you know, also a lot of other things. Sort of Limbs Kragma, which we can't do anything with at this. We can't get it blessed or anything, so I guess we're just going to keep using that. We can't get a better blessing on that either. That's just kind of where we're stuck. So we could kill guys to try to find better armor. That might make it worth it. Cast Union. Chilt. Has a tongue but never talks, has no legs but sometimes walks. Shoe. Shoot. Glory Hand and some other stuff. We have so much money that we don't need to worry about anything else. I'll grab that Silverthorn, why not? And we'll grab that, even though we're probably just going to end up throwing it away. Are you kidding me? It took that long? I cast it once and you got to... What the shit, dude? I just cast it. 20 minutes? Oh, because one step. Bloodless and boneless, it travels about, yet never leaves home. onion. Now let's see here. Bloodless and boneless it travels about, yet it never leaves home. All right, snail. Thank you, Colleen. Nothing worthwhile there. You seek it out when your hunger's ripe. It sits on 4 legs and smokes a pipe. Stove. Don't need that. I think that's it. I think we opened all of them. 1, 2, 3. At least spinning is one of those things you can just do. It's a free action. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else here I need to do. Patras now has, like, lost 30 points immediately. Camp until healed. Do you need me to cast Union to look in this grave? Or not a grave, actually? That's good. It would be, see, it would be different if, like, I don't want to play as Patras. And on the plus side, we won't have to play as Patras for a while. Because we're going to be done here soon. But what I think is funny is that, what I think is funny is that it is just kind of a pain to play as him. I just wish he had, like, one really cool thing. So no one's actually lived here. Like, if they, like, Union is a neat spell, but all it is a neat, it's a neat idea for a spell. Who cares? I find myself largely uninterested in I find myself largely uninterested in trying to make in like trying to use him as a for anything. Oh, well, I drank the last one of those. What's important is we need to try to get the spellcaster standing to harass the spellcaster or kill him. That's good. All right. Nice. Everyone's going to have better stuff, which is nice. But we have blessed things. So I'm probably not so concerned about that. And we have a ton of rations on us. I doubt that we need to be that concerned about our ration situation. Yeah, Arclight, I think you kind of capture it, right? It's like James felt interesting, which is great, and I'm glad he feels interesting to play, but largely, um, largely unnecessary. Like from a lore standpoint, Patras is interesting. From an actual play standpoint, he sucks. All right, the Fife and Laurel. The little shop was covered with dust. Like delicate wall hangings, silky cobwebs decorated every corner of the quaint old shop. The Dimwood was hardly a well-traveled area, and it was obvious the establishment received very few visitors. This is a unique piece of text for this shop. They didn't do that for everybody. We don't have a whetstone. We have a whetstone. Okay, not a lot of uses on it. We don't have an armorer's hammer. Probably worth buying one then. Like half price that was, Jesus. We don't need pick locks. We might as well get a new one of these while we're at it. Do we have anti-venom? How much anti-venom do we have? 7. We could probably dupe that, then that's fine. That's it. That's all there is in the store is these 12 things. So we need to get out of here. Beware, dangerous forest. Which is the dangerous forest? Patches was beginning to look pale. James felt a little guilty for having dragged the magical advisor along on such an extended mission, but since he had no knowledge whatsoever of magic, Prince Arutha had thought it was wise to at least have him take a look at the alien rift machine. What none of them had counted on was that they would have been making much of their journey on foot. For days they had ridden at a panicked pace, astride the 3 of the finest chargers lent from the stables at North Warden. Driven too hard for too long, the horses had all died within hours of one another, expiring long before they had reached the outer rim of the Dimwood Forest. From there they had been forced to walk, sneaking past a patrol of goblins who were taking up a defensive position on the road leading north out of the Dimwood. I feel like this might have been stuff we needed to have a little earlier, but it's fine. Now, far behind enemy positions and without quick transport, they had a very difficult task ahead of them. So nothing much to accomplish. Find something the size of a man in the whole of the Dimwood. Shouldn't be too difficult. Not the most difficult thing Arutha ever had us do. Remember that berry hunt we went on after the Rift War? Very nearly wouldn't have found them if we hadn't realized the rainfall had been heavier that year. Just sorry we had to drag poor old Patras along on this one. You worry about your own skins, you whelps. I can run with the best of them, and you two ain't no exception. Get runny-nosed on me, and I'll brain the both of you. Listen to him, Jimmy. He's a killer. I believe you're right. So where do you think we should start looking for this rift machine? Your guess would be as good as mine. Since we just came from the north, I'd say a good bet isn't up there anywhere. That still lives east, west, south, and everything in between, like spearing fish in a barrel. That being the case, I suppose we just try to be as systematic as possible. So we make a sweep east, then maybe move to the south or the west. East? Why? West seems as good a direction. Not sure, but the instinct that's telling me east is the same one that's kept me alive this long, and I've learned not to ignore it. If you got a better idea, I'll follow your lead. So go east. Look, Graves. Chris Medine, he was like a brother to us. Yes? Don't know why we even bother at this point. James DeLittle swallowed his pride and it killed him. Yes? Just a body. All right, let's camp until morning-ish. No. I want to cast Scent of Sereg. We don't have any pick locks. How did we get by without having any pick locks this entire time? That's weird. I'm going to have to go buy some from the store. And then dupe the shit out of him. That's really weird. All right. Guess I'll try not to use all of them if I can help it. I think the guy should be okay. Like, oh, you know what we could do? We need a cache, right? I believe I have found a cache that holds one thing. Yeah, there it is. What else are we going to need? Probably some of this. Decorate our armor. They did say there's a lot of poison in this area, so... Seem to have some restoratives, which is good. Lots of Dalatail milk for everybody, except for him. Bip boop and bip boop, and that slots then too. So one of those, one of those. Excellent. And one of those, and the other one of those. Wonderful. And you know what? Let's dupe that stuff again. Let's have everybody have their own set. He has full stacks, it seems like, of that anyway. Close enough. We got lots of arrows. I definitely do not need to worry about duping more arrows at this point. And I think we're fine. We have 11 of those. You know what? I'm just going to make a little more. Wait. I think I screwed that up. Feels like I did. Yeah, it definitely felt like I screwed that up. All right. All right. Yeah, I think we're good. If we let Lockie open it, he'll get it in one. This is probably as good a time as any to train a little more lockpicking. I need to bust at least one of them, so we'll go till we break one. Or we get in. Do-do-do. All right. Oh, shit. It's not like we need any of this stuff. But here it is. Literally, the game says, don't worry about all the jewels, you don't need them. And I'm like, okay. I can't even read this one. Let's fight this dude first. Nice to see Patrus's haggling went up. And stealthy, right, yes, these are all kind of going up. They were waiting for us. Wow. That dude sucks. Okay, attack this guy, because the other dude already moved. Does he have anything that he can ward off jackals with? Does not appear to. What's his defense? Defense is at 20. Better. Oh, he has a powder bag. Ah, I should have duped that powder bag. Right, the lightning staff. I guess I always had that on me. Could have used that. Good, and they spread themselves out. You have those. You should definitely dupe that powder bag, actually. Let's see. What else do we need to... Because he's going to use this thing a lot, I have a feeling. Yay. Oh, this guy's got a Bessie Mauler. Cool. Not seeing anything else here that I need. Yeah. I think we've been in this one already. Yes, we have. Okay, regarding all that. What's in this one? Union. Let's cast a thing so I can read this. The great thing can be swallowed, but can also swallow us. This great thing can be swallowed, but can also swallow us. Pleasure. Water? Great. Cheap goddamn whatevers. Okay, so that's no good. James seems to think we should go that direction. Cross this bridge. All right, let's... Right, that house I think we've been to. There's nobody in here. Back towards the bridge, which is... Oh, it's right there. Okay. Barlowtons, Barlutons, Barlutons. He forgot to concentrate. Yes. We took that already. Damn. $22 charges. That's not bad. Can probably take out this dude. If we're lucky. If we're lucky. Could have probably taken out one of those other guys. Okay. We'll just let Patras rest. That's good. Nope. Don't need that. Very colorful. That could be fun. And there's another Queegan pirate. This guy? Oh. Always like seeing that Keshin Tapir. These are spoiled? Those are spoiled. Okay, work our way north a little bit more. Not seeing anything over here. There is a couple of boxes. I want to be able to... Okay, another word lock box. That's okay. Cast Union. One pace to the north, 2 paces south. This is a square, I believe. We did this one a while ago. I mean, we've done most of these. I think there's a couple we haven't done yet. Right. Has feathers but can't fly. Rests on legs but can't walk. Mattress. Nothing. Okay. It wouldn't be so bad, as Arclight points out. It's funny that we can't read the boxes, and it's irritating that we can't read the boxes, but it's because none of our characters are Moradel, and they know how to read Moradel. But Patras is the only one who can cast Union, so he's the one that has to end up reading it. It's the same thing when Gorath, like whenever we go to a mortal box, it's always Gorath is the one who says, Gorath looked at the box and spinning the things and doing whatever. Like Owen and the other guys couldn't do anything about it. So in this case, Patras has to be the one, but he has to cast a spell every time. And it costs him dearly to do it. And we have to like deal with that. And it's just like, as Arclight says, we blame Patras for it. And it's like, really, like, I don't even think of it as blame me. I'm just kind of like, it sucks that I have to burn 15 hit points every time we need to open some boxes.
I was wondering where you two were.
Duke Martin. Oh, James Locklear, what are you doing here? Prince Aruth had told us that the surrounding magician has given over a rift machine to the Moradil for use in this battle. We've come down here to locate and destroy it before Delicon can get full use of it. How did you get here? We never saw you at the castle. When a portion of the Southern Arrow Company began to fall back from North Warden, I decided to follow after them and make sure they weren't up to any mischief. As you might have guessed, they had that infernal machine of theirs set up a few miles to the north, but they spotted me and assumed I was a human mercenary that was slacking behind. So you played along and went through the gate and ended up here. How did you know you wouldn't end up in Sarsargoth? I didn't, but I was surrounded by Moradil. I imagined my best hope for survival lay on the other side of wherever that door led. Whenever we emerged here, I told the captain I had to rejoin my unit and I was off. There were a few close moments along the way, but I won free at last. Damn. Why didn't you try to destroy it? Thought about it, but the device was surrounded, but that is ballsy as hell, by the way. Just like, they think I'm a mercenary? Oh, shit, yeah, it's me. That's who I am now. I thought about it, but the device is surrounded by Moradil at the time, so I decided I'd try to gather some help. You three are the first humans I've seen in a week. Rift Machine. Relative to where we are now, where is the Rift Machine? Is it nearby? I'm not sure. To escape the mortal camp, I slipped under a stack of canvas bags in the back of a supply wagon they brought with them. After we had traveled for a few hours, they pulled over for a nature break, and I was able to get away. I do recall hearing water as we were moving out, though, however. So you were near a waterfall or a river. That at least that gives us an idea where we can start a search. Anything else we should know? From listening to the wagon drivers talk, I get the feeling I wasn't the only unexpected visitor through that machine of theirs. Apparently some rebel Moradil chieftain came through and caused them a good deal of grief, then headed south towards where one of their warlords is staging for the attack on Sethanon. Interesting. They were none too happy about him being on the loose. I'm hoping I can find him myself so I can ask him a few questions. Any idea who this warlord in the south is? Maybe it's Delicon's son, Morelf? Though I couldn't be certain of it. They were bandying about names so fast and I was having a little trouble understanding all of it. My Moradil isn't all it used to be. How about Sethanon? What is it with Sethanon and the Moradil? This is the second time they've attacked there and I never understood why they struck 10 years ago. There's nothing in Sethanon but a heap of ruins. At least the last time we had an army to get in their way, even at a forced march, Prince Aruth's men can't get here for another few days and they'll be exhausted once they arrive. And now that I think about it, why is Delicon bringing an army? If he expected to arrive at Sethanon behind our lines, he could simply walk in, take what he wants, then turn around and walk through that rift gate without a scratch unless he expected someone else to be there. Who does he think will be at Sethanon? What does it mean? It means they didn't get what they came for the last time they raided. It also means Delicon has been watching Sethanon for quite some time, possibly as long as the end of the last battle. He knows Squire Philip's men will be in the way. Squire Philip's men? What would a squire be doing leading a counterattack? It would take me too long to explain it to you at the moment. Suffice to say, I don't think Delicon and his men will be having a good day once they get to Sethanon. If we're lucky, they will be deterred long enough for Arutha to start nibbling away at their flanks. Yeah, Chaos Treader, it's probably the guy we freed from the Naphtha mines. I'm not sure, though. Supplies. The one major advantage I can see in our factor is that we and the Moradil are at equal disadvantage. Neither of us will have a clear supply of materials, and they will have to hold some of theirs out so they can retreat to the Northlands when the time comes. If they intend on retreating. They didn't seem to be too interested in it the last time they came. A bit of advice, though. If you come across any food, I'd suggest holding on to it. We found several other food caches and poisoned them as we did at North Warden, and with two armies marching through here at the same time, I imagine food is about to get scarce. As unpleasant an option as it may seem, you may have to resort to taking food off of dead Moradil. Oh, honey, you wouldn't believe the stuff we've been taking off of dead bodies. Goodbye. So, we've talked to Squire Philip. He's filled us in a little bit more about how that rift machine works. And We cross the bridge into the northeast sector. We found the mattress square and snowflake thing. Oh, I like this. We didn't find snowflake. We should probably turn around and go looking for the snowflake chest, in fact. All right, well. Back to the north we go. One. There's 3 chests. If we go stand in the middle of them, I can see that one. I can see that one. I can see that one. I can't see that one. I can see that one. I think this one is the one we didn't actually go into. That is not snowflake. That is mattress. And Owen has already plundered that chest for the mirror wall thing. That one we've been in as well. That's square. So this has to be snowflake. That's snowflake, yeah. Well, here we go. Let's see. Union. Cast it and it's just, oh, I forgot to heal Patras, so he dies. It flies without wings, drops without fear, but held in warm hands, it will soon disappear. All right. How many of that? And lots of those. More Silverthorn, Anti-Venom, and more Silverthorn, and another healing bag, and a spy note. All right, Patras is full now. Let's have a look. Members of the Dragon's Maw Company should be advised that Morelf has ordered a change of passwords for the Dimwood until further notice. Accept no password other than Narub's blood. Okay. So we know a password now. Where are we going from here? We're going to run into Duke Martin if we're not careful. We've already done that. No, you know what? We're going to camp a little bit longer. It says there's other, now that we're in the more eastern side of the of this area, there should be more chests to be found, which is fine. I guess maybe we Eyes of Iship to see if I'm gonna just see them or not. 5. Fouled it up. Oh yeah, this hardly ever happens. Patras blundered. Hope and all was not lost. He tried to complete the rest of the incantation. Realized too late it was beyond all hope. Fouled it up, he snapped bitterly. Complete waste of time. Put down a bookmark. Cast it for true. They're north of me. Of course they are. Restore from a bookmark. If I turned a little bit more, I'd have seen them. Okay, I think I can hit them all from here. All about the house, with his lady he dances, yet he always works and never romances. This is Broom. I'm sure we opened this one before. Nothing I want out of this. No, not the Dimwood is not where the Dragontail Well is. That was in Elvander. Pounds all day, beats all night, never rests. Surf. We don't need any more of that. All across the countryside to front doors he travels, but you never invite him in. Wind? C-I-P-I-F-I, fire. Oh, path. That's good, yeah. All right, nothing in the path chest. There would have been the unseen, but Owen already took it. So apparently we're supposed to, from here, we would, if we go south of these chests, we meet Duke Martin. And if we go a little bit further, we're supposed to head to a waterfall from here. Let's just camp. That's good. We'll drink some of these to get him up again. We have so many restoratives now, so I don't have to dupe any at the moment. And James has every goddamn spy note.
I was wondering where you two were.
Glad to see that Delicon hasn't had you three for dinner. I was beginning to wonder the last time I saw you. It was like a few minutes ago, my dude. Okay, so we head south of here and east to find a waterfall somewhere. Oh, hello. Oh, God. Okay, we can do this from here. I think I should be able to click on both of these from here. I can see that one. I can see that one. Onion. This one is... When people come for me to meet, they come to me with heavy feet. The one I hold when I get my chance will turn and spin and start to dance. Is that a spinning wheel? When people come for me to meet, they come to me with heavy feet. The one I hold when I get my chance will turn and spin and start to dance. People come for me to meet, they come to me with heavy feet. The one I hold when I get my chance. Turn and spin and start to dance. E, G, C, S. Neopets. No W, so it can't be windmill. When people come for me to meet, they come to me with heavy feet. The one I hold when I get my chance will turn and spin and start to dance. I like Slipper as an idea. But how about Slopper? Slowpots. Slowpoke. There's no F available. Chi. Gallows. Oh, that's so good. They come to me with heavy feet. I like that Locklear is the one who opened it. Good job, short for Phil. So much crap on us now. Excellent. We travel much, yet prisoners are, and close confined to boot. Yet with any horse we will keep pace and always go on foot. Okay, so might not be a human. With any horse we will keep pace and always go on foot. If it's shoes, it's like, shoes has happened so many times. Oh my god. Don't be shoes. Yeah, with any horse we will keep pace. I think it's like a living thing, isn't it? Like... Spurs would be very weird, but it could be. That's what it is. Because they always go on your foot. That's very funny. We all have Dalatail milk on us because we're all going to die someday. All right. We are going to take a break now, though. I know that we started a little bit later than normal, but we were still rolling, so I technically have to take breaks. Of course, we'll put down a save. I'm going to leave you guys in the dim woods staring at nothing. Well, I mean, you won't be able to see this because we're going to be on break. So please enjoy the next few minutes of commercials. I'll see you very soon. Cool, I'm back. I just saw that Matt Wiggins rated. Hi, Matt. And here I am taking a break in like the middle of the half hour, which is such a weird time because normally like Matt will stream till like 10 o'clock and then I'm looking over, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta go. It's time to go on break, so I'll go on break. And then he comes and raids. Anyway, nice to see all you here. We are back here playing more Betrayal at Krondor. There, gotta click inside the window you're playing in. And I think that's just these two in the area. So we're just gonna sleeve. There we go. There's a cache over there. It's a dead stag. Don't need any rations, really. There's a very old joke that my friends and I would tell. Is this one we've opened? I literally can't tell this is one that we've opened or not. I guess we're gonna give it a shot. Let's have a look over. Oh no, this is one we opened. Thank goodness. I don't have to open it again. There's a very old gag that my friends and I used to do, apparently based on the fact that... So they went to see a... I saw you. Come on out. There you are. Based on a magical trickster man. Hypnotist. That's what you call them. And magical trickster hypnotist had this. He would yell out for someone to fall asleep, and he'd put hand. He's like sleep, and he'd make them fall asleep. I didn't go see this show, by the way. I just heard about the second hand, and but it didn't sound like he was yelling for them to sleep. It sounded like he was yelling the word sleef. And I heard about this after the fact, and so every so often we would just take to yelling sleef at each other, because that's what you do when you live in the Simpsons era of television, is you just yell shit back and forth at each other that you remember watching on TV, because that's how the whole mess works. You just yell things, and we all have a good laugh, and I don't know, get on with your life. So yeah. People are like, yeah, only in that era, not ever since then. It's like, maybe then it has to do more with being a certain age, and that is a thing that you do when you're a certain age. Stands to reason that is a thing people do at a certain age. It'd be good. I could burn up that naphtha. That would be fun. And so you just yell the things you remember at each other. Locklear stumbled. Oof. I want you to understand that largely doesn't matter. Here, take one of these to the chest. That's good. Locklear's next. Oh, absolutely. Those are really good. Oh, fire, eh? Yeah. Like, fire that right at Patras. 115%. Still misses? Could be. Anyway. I mean, I agree. We probably don't need the Silverthorn very much. What we should probably do is dupe that naphtha. The best way to do that... Nope. He's got an open spot. We're gonna put one in here, so I can start the process. There we go. And then we're going to put that on here. And then we're going to copy that back. And then give the extra one to Lockie so he can put it on his sword instead of poison. And that'll be fine. We have so much anti-venom. You're supposed to be carrying that. That's good. Even more. No, that's just... So it will... Weird. Well... Let's take that away. Give Patras that, just so I can wipe that on his. Yeah. Yeah, we've only had 5 characters so far. Locklear, Jimmy, Gorath are our fighters. Patras and Owen are our casters. And I don't know what the game has planned for anything after that. James does have a stack of 1 picklock, it's true. Is there a box that I don't need a picklock for? Or are these all mortal boxes? They're all mortal boxes, aren't they? How many are there? There's 3. Okay. I think there might be 4, because I think they said something about there being like a bunch overall. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 4. Maybe I can hit them all from here. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can hit them all from here. Okay. Onion. Start here. Bratley. The bones of the dead can be used to trap the living. Tass's Visage asks, is it intentional that Mordel sounds roughly like mortal? It's, I think, more that I'm not reading it fully. Moradel. Moradel, Eladel, Glamradel. And just that, yeah, Moradel, I'm slurring. I'm not sure why Feist came up with the 3 named that way. I think it's interesting that Moradel sounds like mortal, but that might have been on purpose. All right, we're seeing casket and coffin. Let's just see. No, it's okay. Tacit's visual. It's just that it's like I do think it's interesting too because I keep slurring it, and it's definitely. I'm not taking any offense to it. Please don't worry about that. So we have a B, an S, a T, and an A. The bones of the dead can be used to trap the living. Might not be people. What's at the end? A Y, a D, an S, and a T. Well, those are fairly... Briar? No. Barrow. Don't have an A. Skin. Skite. Skitley. We have an E as the only vowel we have in the second thing. The bones of the dead can be used to trap the living. So the 4 letters in the first spot are T, A, B, S. Third letters are I, B, A, O. Trolls. Ooh, teeths. Excellent. We do not have a G. Yeah. Snares? Oh, oh. Bones of the Dead can be used to trap the living. That's it. Good job. Wow, look at that. Don't need it, but still, wow, look at that. Take that Luton's Concentrate. That's good. There's the other one. Good. Look in my face. I am somebody. Look at my back. I am nobody. It's a little more of a kind of an existential part of your world. Look in my face. I am somebody. Mirror actually is, yeah, that's it exactly. Ah, great tower plate. Now, that's 40% plus the 15, but it is for a dwarf, so you lose a bit on there. And I think the rest of us are kind of in good shape already with what we're wearing. Like human 55 plus 5, that's 60 right there, so that's pretty good. When it is stout, people gladly tread. When it is thin, people walk in dread. Ice. TCBW. I think bridge is probably the right answer here. Sure is, guys. Ah, some aventurine. And some more of these. Who has space? So let's try putting that. That's cool, because his weapon craft is so good. We'll drag that over there. It's not like we need the Abbot's Journal anymore, right? No, I don't think we do. Cool. Excellent. Everyone was fully healed except for Patris, who is currently having to deal with this entire situation. Let's just leave that there. Okay, so Lighting Expert asks, was the elf info exclusively for these stories that this game is based on? So Raymond D. Feist used to write for TSR. That thing is already worn off. He used to write for TSR a while ago, doing modules for Dungeons and Dragons, if I remember this correctly. He was doing so much of that work that eventually he got to a point where he's like, man, I'm doing a lot of writing for this and I'm really enjoying doing this, but I'm realizing that all I'm doing is writing for other people. And so he went ahead and the universe he was creating in TSR, he ended up making that his own thing so he could copyright it himself. And that's why everything feels so very D&D, because so much of it is based on what's happening there. So he's been writing books for a very, very long time. I would say since the 80s, but he could have started in the 70s for all I know. But he started writing these books, and then at a certain point, Dynamics wanted to make a game based on that entire world, and they did. They made Betrayal at Krondor, licensed Midkemian or whatever, and then made the thing. And Raymond didn't write the game. This actually takes place. This is what's known as the this is part of the Rift War legacy, or the Rift War world, right? Or his Rift War cycle, or whatever you want to call it. This is technically book 1 of the Rift War legacy, but we didn't know that when this game came out, because after the game came out, Feist novelized it. He took the game and he novelized it after and taking place after all of these other books that he wrote, and then he was like, okay, this game came out, so now I'm gonna write the novel based on the game, and I'm gonna make that book one of the Rift War Legacy, and then when that's done, I'm gonna write book two, which is Krondor the Assassins, which I also have on my shelf, and then there's a third book after that, and I think it's like Krondor something of the Hawk, Band of the Hawk, or something like that. I can't remember what it is, but there's a third book in the Rift War Legacy. And then there's more Rift War books that came after that. He's continued to write after that. So this game occupies a very specific space in the middle of the stories being written, and he just was like, "This is what I'm going to do. Is this?" And Arclight kind of calls it. Series is D&D with the serial numbers filed off, which itself is Tolkien with the serial numbers filed off, which is again the Nibelungenlied lead with the serial numbers filed off. I love how that sounds. And yeah, I read all the books up to this game. Because I played this game like this rules. It's like, yeah, it's based on a bunch of games or a bunch of books. I'm like, oh, cool. I started reading the books and realized, the game happens here. I should play the entire game so I can play the entire story. Then when I'm done, I can read the book based on the story, so I can then go over and see what happens, and then I can continue on with the books. So I have books sitting on my shelves that I have not read yet because I've been waiting to play this game for 20 years. All right. Patras needs to just effing murder himself. Say away from these hideous beasts. They kill our females and childrens. Okay, this is just take everything that's in there. So this is going to be trolls, isn't it? TRO. Yeah. They kill our females and childrens. Oh, as the Meerkat tells me, it's okay, Beej. Apparently he announced the very last book of the Rift War cycle in 2008 and still hasn't published it, so you got plenty of time to catch up. Nice. Just what I need. Gambit of the Eight. I don't think Patras knows that. I don't think Patras knows much of anything at this point. He's probably forgotten more things than I remember. He's of course nearly dead, so... But we need to find him a space to put that, so let's transfer the rope out of his inventory. Should probably have sold those things. Let's let him learn this. Give him more of those. And how many of these? Great. And one for you. Cool. Good news, great, awesome. All right, so you're fine, you're not, you're fine. Patras, we've been picking up restoratives, so I don't have to dupe them all the time. And I think we're going to do okay here. 19, 23, yes, we're doing fine. Okay, so we've had this fight. In the area west of the river near the Moradil, find these chests. 4 are guarded by these 2 guys I just fought. You get Gambit of the 8, which I did. Near the combat site, squeeze south between the river and the western hill. Okay. Let's put down the thing we've been working on. James yelped, rubbing his head where he had felt a hard thump. He turned and saw that Patras and Locklear were doing likewise. Exchanging puzzled looks, none were prepared for the sudden appearance of a towering Moradel.
You have the look of trouble.
Obkar. I too have difficulties. I am Obkar. Perhaps it may be that we can help each other. You're assuming quite a bit. I don't think any of us have good reason to trust you, Moradel. Just now, you all felt the pelt of my stones, each which hit your head just as easily as would a mortal throwing knife. If I had wished you harm, you would already have been dead. You speak the kingdom tongue remarkably well, handy skill for a spy. We cannot trade our goods with the traders who come from the kingdom or from far-off places if we speak only our own native tongue. It would seem it is beneath them to learn our language. Granted, still listening. There is a device which is being used by Delicon to invade this wood. If it is left operational, it will mean utter defeat for you. If Delicon succeeds in his goal, he will use whatever it is hidden in Sethanon to gain the power that eludes Myrmidamis's grasp. It will mean new tyranny for your kingdom and for mine. We already know about the device, blooded out of one of the field captains that attacked North Warden. If you really mean to help us, tell us where to find the device. On a peninsula where the rivers meet, it is accessible only by passing through the illusion of a mountain created by the Six, though I am not sure from here where it is located. I have been looking for a magical artifact since I slipped out of the camp. Alright, so an illusion of a mountain on a peninsula where the rivers meet. He's been looking for a magical artifact. Artifact for what purpose? Shortly after they began staging soldiers through the rift, I discovered the gate could be disrupted by something they called Awani, a word foreign to me. I found such an item on a magician who was guarding the gate. Before I slew him, I discovered if thrown into the maelstrom of the gate, it would cause it to collapse. I had thought it permanently destroyed. Delicon has a number of tricks up his sleeve, so do you think we might be able to find another of these devices? From what little I learned before I slew the magician, they are necessary in the creation of a gate. If one is to build a bridge, it is usually wise to bring more planks of wood than necessary in case one should snap. Seems to be a reasonable assumption. Now it's just a matter of locating this Wani? Who would have them? If any would know, it would be the leader of the rear guard, Moralf. He has his troops preparing themselves for the final advance near the southern tip of this wood. And I suppose it's time we went and had a talk with him. Had a talk with him, Jimmy? Do you propose we simply walk up to him and ask for the device that will destroy his campaign? Not without saying hello first. We'll pose as Quigians and hope he doesn't see through us. In all the chaos, he can't possibly know everyone in all his companies. An admirable gamble. I approve. Hear that, Lockley? The mortal approves. It must be a good idea. Let's get moving before I regain my common sense. Goodbye, Obkar. Did he introduce himself? I don't remember. Maybe he has it printed on his armor, trainee. All right. So we've done that. We've talked to him. We now know about the Wani. Apparently there's not much around here. Once you meet Obkar, we should now head towards the South Bridge is what it says. But if we look around a little bit more, we can find other stuff. There's supposed to be a trapped chest around here. It says you might want to explore this area in more detail. And I'm like, okay, cool. But also, what the hell am I looking for, right? Yeah, there's a trap chest around here unless Owen has gotten to it first. The caches suck. And all I need to do is get to the end of this, so maybe we just kind of roll on because there is not much else to find. Ashlyn Mekis, all who knew her loved her. Yeah. No. Oh. Shells. That's a scorpion. Ooh, you guys are big. Yeah, I'd prefer if you didn't do that to my spellcaster, who is a glass goddamn cannon. Not even much of a cannon. Let's blind a scorpion. Hey, stealth went up. Whew. It's like you'll find some scorpions around here in the extreme southeast of this area, 2 almost west of Obcart Station, which I don't think we did. We need to make for the South Bridge. Kind of headed more north there, but okay, this is the South Bridge. Basically, if I explore this area, I could probably find a copy of Unfortunate Flux, unless in a trap chest, unless Owen picked it up already, and I think we might have. And largely, I'm kind of unconcerned with getting it. Patras cleared his throat. He caught Locklear's attention, then stopped. How is it the Moradel have scouts in the Dimwood, and for what purpose? The Moradel we have seen thus far are all part of Delicon's war tribe, though I too am puzzled by the number and purpose of these warriors. That was it? Oh. The bridge was heavily guarded. Several goblins eyed them suspiciously as they approached. Delicon has sent us to help guard the rift machine, shouted James in a gruff voice. One of the goblins turned to the others, and James thought he heard the words, Queegian mercenaries. This was followed by some laughter, which died down almost as quickly as it had begun. What's the password? Demanded the goblin. James stepped forward. His stomach in knots, he fought desperately to remember the note he'd found in the fairy box. Perhaps a sharp rap to your skull with the blade of my weapon would help you remember. Narum's blood! Pass quickly, men of Queg. The air reeks with your presence. Cross the South Bridge. All right, we have done it. We have crossed the South Bridge. I remember this area. Oh, there's a box. I'm sure we have opened that already. But, do it again. Though a tasty treat made in spiral towers, rarely will it be eaten alone. R-L-H-I. Eye cream. Honey? Because of the bees. Bloop. Now let's re-naphtha some stuff. Cool. I think we're fine. Okay, so the first thing that the guide says to do here is go find Craig, find his house, give him his Iron Jaw trap back. We did that already. So it's like, even if you can't be bothered to solve his quest, now head towards the East Bridge. So I'm guessing that's just go east. Beware, dangerous forest. I like that. I think maybe every pathway at the end of here has that. Because we've done Craig's quest already, we don't need to do it again. Oh. There we go. And we're going to have you drink a few more, because you're just going to get your ass handed to you, it seems. You can have one of those for the time being. Might as well give you one of those now, too. All right. Cool. We charged forward. That's good. That's good too. The clerical oilcloth is some stuff, I have to say. Patris freezes the guy who hasn't moved in place. Jimmy makes the play. Nice. What do they have on them? God, yeah, none of these guys got a chance to do anything. They definitely have a lot of magical shit, though. That's pretty good. All right, so there are 4 guys who wanted to fight us. And I guess we just keep moving east. Aha. Moralf, Kruala Shulba, Moradelayan, Nordranas Baktu. We're Quigian, Warlord. If you could stay speaking in the Kingdom tongue, maybe we could understand one another better? Seba. Seba! How progresses the transfer from the Tirani Gate? We were ambushed, Lord Moralf. Several men heavily armed were moving through the dimwood. We were lucky to escape. Kingdom soldiers? Perhaps. I know they weren't under our standards, so they probably weren't mercenary. We heard sounds farther off from where they came from. It might be a whole army. Arbkar may have reached someone and raised the alarm. Damn, this will complicate the march to Sethanon. How close were they to the Six's rift machine? No idea. We got turned around during the attack. Our couriers were killed and we needed field reports. We hoped you could help us. What do you need to know? The magicians at the rift machine tell me there seems to be a malfunction with the gate. They need one of the parts they had stored away. Oh, this is good. But the gate still functions? No, failed just before the magician sent us and is beyond repair with what they have. They said they need the devices they stored with you. It is hidden with a box. It is hidden in a box locked with our special locks. Victory is the password. You will find it in a canyon being near the southwest corner of this wood. The box is there. So southwest corner of the wood. Okay. That's all. We have our orders to attend to with or without our squadron. To them, then, with all haste. If any further complications arise, report to me immediately. Your will, Warlord. All right, we now know where to go. It's this way. Nice to see all these rations, but, you know. So we don't need to go fight the Pantathians. Because Craig's traps are there, and I believe we have already killed them. And we don't need any of the other stuff in the chests, I don't think. There's Winds of Aortus. I'm just like, I don't know if that really matters. I can't remember if we picked that up or not, but really I don't care. If you kill the Pantathians and or solve Craig's quest, the Fife and Laurel shop will be open. We know it's open. We've already done that. We did the whole thing, and then we have to go to the southwest sector. In a canyon in the southwest sector. So let's just keep moving through here. Whoa. There's Dude. Probably need... No, we're still juiced, it looks like. The creatures howled. I don't like that that's... But that's what we're doing. Okay, the creatures howl. They're goblins, right? Yep. Don't like that much. Let's blind this guy. These guys have pretty high armor, it feels like. Wrath of Killian. Ah, Earthquake Trap. Okay. These guys are really strong. So they must either have a lot of hit points or they have remarkable armor. Okay, well. Loki can hit this dude. Especially with an Elven Quarrel, he should be able to do it. There we go. Either that or we're really weak for some reason. Patris needs one of these. No. That wasn't it. Odd. All right, some nice armor on the goblins. Bloop. Don't care about any of that. Okay, so we want to go to a canyon in this sector. Probably that one right ahead of us. If we hug the mountains a bit. Hang on. Okay. Should be able to see both these chests. Yes. Okay. Physically cast the onion. Strange earthen house that brings naught but disdain, and yet those who stay there never do complain. Grave. We've opened this one before, but let's have a look inside. Don't need any of those things. You see me off in woods and town, with my roots above, I must grow down. I'm sure we opened this already. Icicle, that's what it was. So the victory chest isn't over here. I'm probably have to cast the other, I'm gonna have to cast Eyes of Iship, I think, to see if where it is. Oh, there's 3 chests here. 4 chests here, really, but yeah, there's one that I'm missing. Twins on either side of a ridge that smells. They shall never see each other directly. Eyes. Nope, don't need any of that either. Okay, so north of here, there is a chest. Please say, yes, good. With this one thing alone, you will have defeated even the strongest foe. That's kind of funny. Nikkei. I don't think the Wani is a whole bunch of poisoned rations. Oh, good. More of these notes for our collection. Let's see if we can read this. To whom it may concern, I have found your interesting device and became fearful that someone less honest than myself would steal such a beautiful piece of art. If you wish to retrieve this item, please come and see me at my house in the Dimwood, and I will be more than glad to see to it you receive it back. You will find it is a short journey north of this chest. Yours truly, Philip of the Dimwood. I don't know what this Philip fellow's got up his sleeve, but I intend to find out, James said. It sounds almost as if he's trying to lure whoever finds that note north to his home. Yeah, we'll do that. And I will also drink some of these. That's why I have them. James is still fine. Okay, so we want to go due north of here. Absolutely not. That was a cool sound. Just open it. Values. You know what? What don't we need? We don't need that from Narub. I don't think we're going to need that ever again. And this thing from the crawler, like, I guess we don't need to worry about that so much. Just get things out of our inventory. What do you have? Narub's blood is the password. This is Philip's thing. This is that. We're not going to need that ever again. Cool. Poisoned rations. Spoiled rations. Okay, I guess we just kind of keep going this way. It is a short distance north, but I have not seen... Yeah. Well, we'll just kind of keep going north, I guess. We're already on the western edge. Ooh. There's a dink. The creatures howled. Yes. Creatures. It does feel a bit like playing chess. It is definitely the... Let's blind the guy who hasn't moved yet. Oof. Good. Oh yeah, I guess that's true. If there's anything that Maricat says, if Owen and Gorath come back this way for whatever reason, we could just be dropping stuff for them to use. I mean, Gorath's pretty tricked out as it is. I'm not sure we need to put a lot aside for them. They have a lot of money. I don't think we need to worry so much about leaving them cash or jewels or anything. Jesus, this guy was carrying everything. Let's polish that while we're at it. I didn't think that'd be a problem. Ding, ding, ding. Okay. Oh yeah, any of the unusual quest stuff, I guess, is stuff that we could we could drop off. We have looked at this one. Let's see if we can click on this guy. We did successfully. We don't need any of those things. We don't need any more Luton's concentrate. You could use a bit. You could use a bit. Do we need to camp? No. We're just gonna suck down green liquids until we feel better. Great. So I know that the witch lives over the... Christ. I forgot to juice my sword. Oh well. Okay, Locklear takes this guy. That's good. Patris... Powder bags this guy. Locklear goes after this guy. Patris bags this guy. Locklear's not having any, or James isn't having any of this. Patris likes this whole idea. That guy manages to leave. That guy will be next. That's got to be bad feels. Strength. Locklear's on fire. Keep poisoning or protecting his stuff. And we'll also put naphtha on. We'll give him the oilcloth. That's been pretty good. Is this a camp until healed situation? Okay. There's even more guys over there that are just watching us beat up their buddies and then pick through their bodies. Meanwhile, they're having a conversation like, do we fight these dudes? It's like, I guess? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, only one. I was like, damn, we could dupe that, but no, we can't. Drink a few more of these. Six total, eh? All right. Should have juiced. We didn't juice. That's part of this problem. This is gonna hurt a lot if it hits. Patris. Blind somebody. Let's say this person. Patris blinds somebody else. Let's say this person. Oof. Patris blinds this person. All right. Let's put a little bit more of that on there. Put that on there. So we know that we're wearing this stuff off, but that's fine, because that's kind of the point. And how much clerical oilcloth do I have? I got some. It's been great. I'll take these. And this. Just want somebody to have, like, the really nice blessed armor. Which has not happened yet. They're all lying in a goddamn pile. Okay, well, that was the dude in the front. This is that other group, isn't it? Just a mess of goblins. Oh my god. Okay, no, I can't figure this out. Bookmark. It's 10:25. We're going to take a quick break, actually. It's like whenever I think to save, it's like, why don't I just actually save? And take that break, and we'll see you guys again in a bit. I think the idea is we're going to roll through the entire chapter, because I feel like we're getting pretty close to what we need to do, but I don't know for sure. So we'll just see how far this goes. Please sit tight while I go to commercial. Back in a few minutes. Hi guys, sorry about that. It's meant to be a fast break. Went a little long, but that's okay. More Play It Forward continues. So here's a funny thing.
Hold there!
A boy hurried from the house, dressed in a squire's colors. He made haste as he closed the distance between them, his expression revealing he was more than a little happy to see them. Huffing out heavy breaths, he waved to them. The walkthrough says, avoid Philip. For the time being, explore the rest of the sector. So hopefully we can get through this, explore the rest of the sector. Awesome. If we can't, then whatever. But we're going to do this right now. Hi, Squire Philip. Please do not leave us yet. 10 years in ordinary circumstances, I wouldn't be empowered to ask for your aid, but our forces are spread rather thin at the moment. We need everybody we can get to aid in this effort, whether you've sworn an oath to the secret garrison, Sethanon, or not. Sethanon Garrison? I've never heard Arutha mention anything about troops being stationed near Sethanon, and you're far too young for senior duty. How old do you think I am? 18, maybe 19 summers? About the same age as the squire we know from Tibern. While Count Bellafort's son Owen was taking his first baby steps, my wife and I already had a son for 3 years. I'm 37 summers old and hold the rank of captain in the Kingdom Army. When my commander noticed how young I looked, even as a veteran officer, he struck on the idea that I would make an ideal courier for the secret garrison. Sink me, a spy for the kingdom. Even if the things you say about yourself are true, the rest of your story is impossible. Ruther would have told me about a secret garrison. Has he ever explained to you why there is an absolute ban on visitation to Sethanon? Can you recall any other occasion in which Prince Aruther or King Liam have forbidden people to visit battle sites? No, but I always assumed he wished to keep it as a memorial to the battle there. A memorial that cannot be visited by its veterans? You're trying to rationalize saying you're not even the members of the garrison are allowed near Sethanon unless an armed force approaches. Their orders are to destroy any who come against it, and now I must find a way to get word to them that the Moradel are advancing. Do you have any ideas on the subject? I don't know what lost items is for. Should click it anyway. Not certain, but I think it may have mislaid a very valuable belonging of mine. Shouldn't worry about it. Depending on when you lost, the chance of good it will still be there. Okay, cool. Supplies. I don't know how my friend Locklear here feels, but I would appreciate if you could point us towards a decent meal. We've had trouble finding anything to eat. Not surprising, we've had evidence the Moradel were spying on Sethanon for several months now, and it's logical to assume they've been stripping the local resources to pave the way for this attack. They pulled the same trick the last time they headed to Sethanon. We anticipated something was up and took the liberty of making some of our own provisions. Willindi has graciously lent us the use of her house for a while to store goods. Take what you need, but please no more. We are far short of necessities. If you keep an eye out for old tree trunks, you'll find some of the rations we've stored against this possibility, though I would be careful if I were you. Some of them have likely gone bad by now. Neat. How about the Wani? We did meet Philip in Chapter 1. He caught us soon after a Lamut. Actually, he was one of the first people we talked to in the game outside of, just us. And we caught him again in another chapter in another place. But yeah. Wani. We found your note in the Moradel chest. Do you still have the Wani that was in it? If you mean the magical device, yes, though neither I nor Willindi have been able to find out what it's used for. We were hoping it could be used against the Moradel somehow. Pah, no, Toad, Stick, and Witch, Jesus, look at the carnage. Woo! Patras went to town, apparently. Pah, no, Toad, Stick, and Witch could figure how. It's Sirani, and it's probably one of those infernal greater path objects. Pompous little buggers made up a whole new magic just to make my liver itch. Though she might have said it differently, I believe Willindi would agree. She's still studying it intensely. I'll fetch it before you leave. Well, we're leaving. We need to get back to our mission. Will we be able to hold things together here? Unless another band of goblins comes around, I should be all right. I need to stay here and keep an eye on the supplies, but you'll be welcome if you need to come back. That's appreciated. Farewell, Squire. Wink, wink. All right, it says to work our way east to the riverbank because there's supposed to be chests over there. Head east towards the riverbank, it says. All right. Camp until healed. Now that's the middle of the night. That's no good. Oh, and because we passed some time, we actually went up a bit. Drinky? Drinky! Drinky? Drinky! I have the Wani, made of glazed metal, 3 concentric rings encircled the mushroom-shaped device's base, through which was visible a globe of glass that flashed periodic bursts of white light. While the design with Sirani, it could only have been made on Midkemia, the price of metal's too prohibitive on Kelowon to allow such an extravagant device to be built. Cool. It's only flared for our safety. Oh, there is a tent. No one has lived there in some time. No one's lived there in some time. This jackhole's just right here. Well, I'd rather see if we can find another one of those, even though I know that'll increase my... Who's got a bow? Who's going to use their bow? Maybe that guy in the back. Pick the wrong dude. Oh well. There we go. Oh, my defense went up. Excellent. Now we don't need any of those things. Don't need any of those things. No. Always take every key. Why? Because I'm bored. Let's see. Dude in front. I think we clicked him. Yeah, we did. Dude behind. That is still number 1. Yeah, that's not as good. All right, this is 100%. It's going to be fine. Oh yeah, our key inventory is the same among our 2 groups of characters. I completely forgot about that. That is very strange, isn't it? Picklocks, yes! Dude got ganked trying to sneak into their tent. Okay. I'm not seeing... Just to go near the riverbank. You're looking for 2 chests. Maybe they're not near the riverbank. Maybe they're a little further infield. Go selfie here a little bit. Okay. Yeah, if only we could have had another spyglass. Aha, so there's one over there and there's one behind me. So we'll go behind me, and then we'll also go into that area, that L-shaped cavern. Oh, never mind. Maybe L-shaped crux is a better term. Okay, we'll just come around. This might be it. Word lock box? Let's see. Oh, let's turn around. Be able to see them both. Good. Definitely going to need to heal him again, but that's fine. There is a shoemaker in the dell. Makes his shoes with steel and nail farrier. Although its goods last right well, folks need 2 pair without fail. Great. Sir Morik, you're finally right. There was a farrier chest and we found it. They have not lips nor tongues, yet lead them green to the pit, and as they die you will hear them sputter, hiss, and spit. I think we had this once already and it was logs. Yep. Loge. Log. So, could be. I mean, we can dump the night piece here. We could dump this here too, the Glazers Guild seal. We're not going to need either of those things, I don't think. And we could put... We don't need to worry about that at this point. And... Mad God's Rage, which is good. He'll definitely die, but... And the Unseen were the 2 that are in here. Yeah, we don't need the gems, do we? We could just make room for actual things that we need. Let's give him the naphtha at this point as well. Why not? Sure, why not? I'll dump those gems. I'm not going to need them for any reason. Normal ass rations. 14, 14, 14, 13, 13. We can take those normal rations. Good. Cool. All right. So what we also need to do is go north of Woodlandy's place. Oops. Ran into some scorpions in a big hurry. We did. Saw it. Patras blinds this one. James attacks that one. Lockie takes this one. And everyone's fine. Everyone's fine. And we camp until healed, which is the next morning. And Patras drinks even more of these. He has a strange addiction, you see. Lockie's fine. James could have another one of those. Sure. So the idea is we want to work our way up to the area where there's that other where that other house is, because apparently there's stuff in that house we should go look at. Is this the way out? Because we're not supposed to go out. Aha, we want to go in that direction to that house. Drop a bookmark. Place is abandoned. Wooden chest, roughly the size of a baked loaf of bread. The wooden chest seemed extraordinarily heavy, as if something made of solid lead was contained within, but there were no visible marks on the miniature chest to indicate what it had been crafted to hold. It has 24 uses. Yeah, it has 24 uses. It's very heavy, so we'll give it to the old man. Now I've already read what it does. So it'll be fun when I actually use it. I don't think we can use it right now. Patras cracked open the box's lid, engulfed in a course-hitting geyser of light which fountained from the interior of the small box. He shouted as he felt himself shot into the air like a crossbow bolt into the blue. What? Okay, what effect did that have other than being really, really funny? It doesn't give me any more. It doesn't give me any more idea of what's in the area. Unless it does, unless it like, well, when you go into the air, it will actually tell you what you've seen. But yeah, I actually don't know what the point is other than just being a fun thing to have. So, let's see here. When you find Witch Willindy's house, which is currently Squire Phillips' house, go through all the goblins, which we already did. Combat parameters are wide, and they overlap, so you have to do them whatever, and then talk to Philip. He'll give you the Wani. Then we need to go back to the north sector, and that's it. Like, it didn't even show me that this was that these were here on my map, right? So it wasn't like I got to jump in the air and do whatever. I like the idea of hey, if you can get to the we need to get back to the north sector, right? So what if instead of going all the way back that we've gone, what if we could cross the river? Nope. I think the best it does is let you see over the mountains from your current view, and that's about it. Move my mouse out of the way. Okay, we can't go any further in that direction. Sure. There's Willindy's house, which I believe is only useful now if we want to get any sort of rations or something, which we're not going to do. Oh. Nope. Is this the right spot? That is a bridge that crosses over. Is this the correct bridge? Because I don't know. No, this is the right one. This will take me from the south sector into the southeast, and then we just cross into we stay on the river and go north, and then we will eventually make it to the other side. Funny that, I mean, quite literally, if I cross this bridge, they wanted the password again. Oh, the bridge was heavily guarded. Several goblins eyed them suspiciously as they approached. Their tension split between them and another group of goblins who were sparring half-heartedly nearby. Delicon sent us to guard the machine, shouted James in a gruff voice, remembering his guise as a dull-witted mercenary. One of the goblins turned to the others and spat something which James assumed to mean Queegian mercenaries. Immediately, laughter sprung up in the goblin ranks, then died down almost as quickly as the leader demanded the password. Password the same as before, blood of Narubs. Pass, but move on before I decide to run you through, Queegian dog. Prick. So from here, we can't go any further, but there's this whole area where the two rivers meet, blocked by the mountains, I guess. So we need to get over to that side, which we can do by going this way, and then going this way. Oh. Always a good idea. No one has been in there for a while. And because we haven't been in this area, I don't think we might actually run into some fighting. But that's okay. Just, you know, dead goblins laying about. I'm just going to juice. We have enough juice on us. Now, the real test is, what happens if I use that thing in battle? Nope, no use to it for any reason. I just don't want to attack you on the same spot that somebody else has fallen, because you're just gonna muck up my whole. Great. We're I see talking a bit about Red Baron, which was also made by Dynamics. This could be made in the same engine as this, perhaps. I think that's kind of cool. I did think it was interesting listening to I watched the development history short little like 6-minute video that's on YouTube about Metroid Dread. They do bring up how it was like a there was no, where they say the technology wasn't there, which is super funny, because it's like I don't even know what that means specifically. Like, I don't know why you say that, but the best I could come up with in trying to rationalize that was that, oh, you know what it might have to do with? It might have to do with the fact that, hello, box. It might have to do with they had been wanting to do something like the following and hunting behavior, and there's a very good chance that it is trapped. Okay. Lockpick of 80, lockpick 33, lockpick 95. We might be able to get into this. That it might have had something of wanting to be able to do the chasing and hunting behavior of, like, because the player characters do what they do. And I imagine that after, if you're thinking like, well, when would they have done it? It's like, well, Metroid Prime was the 3D thing. And then you also have, so what was the handheld thing? Because the last Metroids they made, it was like the NES, the Game Boy, the Super Nintendo, and then Zero Mission on the GBA, and then Metroid Fusion on the GBA. And I'm sure they weren't thinking, hey, let's make another 2D Metroid game for the GameCube or the Wii. And that might have just been a sense of, can we actually implement this the way that we want to do it? Can it actually work? And I'm like, well, maybe they could have, but maybe not on the DS, because they might have just been thinking, we're going to keep Metroid as like a 2D game, and so it has to be on a 2D platform, right? Who knows? But there might have been other things they wanted to do as well. And what I think is interesting in the documentary is they bring up how the reason why they got started again was because of Mercury Stream Entertainment, who helped them make the Samus Returns remake. We were here already. Yeah, we were here already. We were definitely here already. Okay, we have passed through the illusory thing, I think. Looks like we have. We were walked into a trap. Oh, Jesus. How interesting. So yeah, it's I do think it's really cool that they did what they did to try to make a to make Metroid Dread like it's like this has to be something we need to put more concentration in. And maybe they did avoid doing it as a, we want to put this on the Wii or put it even on the Wii U. And it might also be too that like any other thing, any other company where you're making stuff, you bring a thing to the table and you're like, so what is it you want to do? It's like, well, we want to do this. It's like, can we actually do it? And you look into it briefly and you're like, we can't do it on the current platform. It's like, okay, well, then it gets to put to the bottom of the list and we start going through other projects that we know we can actually accomplish. And somebody brings up Metroid again and be like, can we do this Metroid 5 deal? And they're like, we've evaluated it again. And it's like, well, it's going to have to wait then for another couple years or 5 years or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, I guess it goes to the bottom of the list while we work on whatever else it is that we're doing. Because you have to keep producing. You can't just leave it alone. So what we want to do, probably the simplest thing to do is I'm going to try this. Locklear waits. Otherwise, he's just going to eat it. I think we can push it an angle. Cool. And then I think we can push that thing this way. But in order to do that, I'm going to walk Patras back to here, actually. James is going to walk up to here. Locklear's going to wait. Patras is going to wait. And James is going to push this down. Whoops. Not where I expected it was. It's hard to tell. So he's going to walk over to here. Do that. That just frees Locklear. Right. I thought it was going to knock all three out, but it does not. Yeah, all right, so we run. Oh, no, we're trapped. A trap is a trap is a trap. Oh, I see what we can do. Okay, Patras waits. Lockie pushes this down one. That didn't effing work. Locklear waits. Patras moves over to here so I can see what's going on better. James goes over to here. Lockie waits again. No. Push that over. Locklear moves to here. Patras gets out of the way briefly. James waits. Actually, you know what? We're just going to have... I'm going to try to set these guys up a little bit better. James is going to go over here. Locklear pushes this thing over one. Patras waits. James waits. Locklear pushes that over one. Patras waits. James pushes this down. Yeah, that solid being over there is not going to work. Yeah, we are hecked. Black Nimbus. No, let's just cast it. Great. Invitation doesn't pull crystals, which is a big pain in the ass, let me tell you. All right. Wherever this thing is, I'm not seeing it. Maybe it's past the mountain on the other side. Just walk as far south as we can, I guess. Ah. Oh no, we got a juice. I feel like the wooden chest being in this part of the game as late as it is either because someone made it and was like, oh, you know, it'd be fun. And let's be honest, yeah, it is kind of fun. Let's just drink that so he can actually hit things. And let's use that clerical oilcloth because it's the last time we're going to get it. And I feel like that was kind of the... it's like, what if we could just do this thing? It's like, sure. They couldn't find a use for it anywhere else in the game. Ugh. Oh, these guys are strong. He's gonna move first, I think. Now. Maybe? Oh shit, they are strong. Uh, 56. That's maybe not the time to do Mad God's Rage. It's briefly like, that would be really fun right now, but maybe not. Maybe not the thing I need to do. Let's just get Locky way up there too. That's good. He was alive. I think that Diet Coca-Cola is really excellent, dude. It's awesome. Pretty good sword. We have seen better. Take that virtue key. In fact, here's one of those better swords right there. Just grab their shit and, you know, last guys we have to fight, F it. They're going to be really confused. Yeah. That's what I was thinking, Arclight, once more for old time's sake. And then we'll take all that, we'll take that Koltari poison and just poison all of our own rations. Sleep overnight and get poisoned, and then we'll do the last thing, because why the hell not? We're never going to see these guys again. This should be it. And fortunately, that means that we're going to be... Do I need to take a break now? No. We're going to do this and I think that'll be all we have to do. James held the wani in his hand. I pray to Ishep this wooden gem works, he says, which is weird because they said it was made out of metal too. But though I hate to think about the fate of the kingdom resting on this little experiment, I fear that is the truth of it. He took a deep breath. Well, should we give it a try? Use. The wani arced gracefully through the air. James grunted loudly, nearly falling from the momentum of his throw. He glanced up just in time to see the strange wooden object pass between the two crystal-top posts. The wani never made it to the ground. Powerful lightning-like blasts rocketed out from each... I feel it should be a full-page thing. Rocketed out from each crystal, ripping it into thousands of tiny fireflies of light that floated gently downward to a cold death on the dusty forest floor. The ground trembled. Before they could utter a sound, an ominous humming buzz rolled towards them. Growing in intensity with each revolution, it rose before them, striking like a hammer blow, knocking them from their feet in a roaring rush of energy and sound. Still dazed, they watched in horror as the energy storm reversed direction. Suddenly it was rushing back through the rift machine, sucking leaves and dirt and small stones with it! An angry scream of air raked at James and Locklear like the claw of an invisible beast, tugging at them as if to stuff them whole into the insatiable black maw of the collapsing rift machine. Desperately, they called it to Patras to grab onto something, but for him it was too late. Stay back! Stay back! Locklear. Spellweavers! That's the end of Chapter 7. We start Chapter 8, which we probably won't be doing tonight. We're going to read this, but of Lance Farr. We're going to read this, and then when we get to the start of the game, then we're going to save, and we'll move on. So let's continue from here. Golden sweat traced his jawline. Discomforted in the unrelenting heat, he stripped back his shirt sleeves and with passing humor noted the development of his sunburns. Within a month, he doubted even his closest of kin would recognize him. His moonlit, pale skin tinged a light almond color, and his brownish hair streaked with golden highlights. All things considered, he felt very differently about himself now, felt more aware that there were bigger problems in the world than his own. Still, it was difficult not to dwell on his sudden disability. Owen contemplated resuming the meditations that had occupied him the length of the morning, but decided that in the space of 4 hours he had learned nothing he hadn't already deduced intuitively. For some reason, his magical abilities were useless in this alien environment, and the prospect frightened him nearly beyond reason. That's good. We made you a battle mage, though. You can beat people with a stick. Another week beneath the strange sun, and I shall seem pale next to you, Gorath shouted as he hiked back up the path, the dark strands of his hair dancing in a hot breeze. This magician Pug must walk without leaving footprints. I can find no evidence of him. How progress your meditations? Owen shrugged. No luck. I've tried everything from lesser path cantrips to greater path incantations. Nothing works. It's almost as if there were no mana here. Arching his brows inquisitively, Gorath motioned for the boy to continue. Most people misunderstand the way that magic works, Owen explained. As a magician, I don't have power within me. All I know is a series of words and actions that help me gather the power, or mana, from the natural world. If, however, there is no mana for me to collect, then all of my magical training is futile. I'm powerless. Would the same be true of Pug? Owen nodded. He would be as helpless as I am, worse perhaps. If I were accustomed to having the kind of command that he has and suddenly lost it, he could be in very dire danger, Gorath said, finishing the thought. Leaning over, he fetched Owen's staff from where it lay discarded in the sand. I think that makes our journey all the more urgent. Save Pug and Gamina. Well, all right. What the shit? Well, somebody lives here. That's good. All right, if I was anything, where would I be? Ah, what a relief. So this is super neat. Don't know what any of it means yet. We still have that sword, which I'm gonna just carry around until if the Guard of Revanche ends up being like, oh, you're just healing dudes. It'd be like, we're gonna swap swords. But we'll see. There we go. Put a nice edge on it. And that's going to do it for Play It Forward tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, hang on. We still have the shell? We still have the shell. We're not supposed to need that shell, I thought. But oh well, whatever. We still have it. We have hopefully enough rations to get through this place. It sounds like there aren't much in the way of rations out here, but what do I know? There is an explanation for where we are, and I know that much. And there will be all sorts of other things. The Maricats already brought it up. Apparently, it's this place is known as Timiriana, Rianya. We're gonna call an end to the stream right here. This is great that we did Chapter 7 in one go. We probably get to do the same thing with Chapter 8. Who knows? Chapter 8, 83, saves number 7. That music. Right. Good thing we don't have the Boing box here, right? Just punk. Yeah, let's wrap up the stream. I like this music as we get to hear it so rarely. That's all for tonight on Play It Forward. I want to thank everybody for showing up to watch more Betrayal at Krondor. We finished Chapter 7 tonight. That means that the next time on Saturday, we'll be doing Chapter 8 and maybe a couple things to do there. Let's go through what's happening in the coming ups. 1400 hours tomorrow, Pacific Standard Time, Pacific Daylight Time, is Checkpoint Plus. Join us for the Chill Point. That'll be fun. And then at 1700 hours is Friday Night Paper Fight. Then on Saturday, it's Loading Ready Live starting at 1800 hours, followed by My Play It Forward at 2000 hours that evening. Sunday rolls us into Rhythm Cafe at 1600 hours, followed by Is This Your Card at 1800 hours. Monday rolls around. Apparently it's a holiday. What holiday is this? The National Indigenous Peoples Day, regional holiday. I wonder if that's for here or not. I have a Canadian holiday calendar in my Google Calendar, but I don't know. It doesn't always tell you where the region is. Sometimes it'll be like, oh, there's a June holiday in Newfoundland and Labrador. It's like, sure, but is it a BC thing or not? I never can tell. Monday brings us the Can't Draw Horses Club at 1300 hours, followed by Dice Friends at 1700 hours. And then Tuesday, June 22nd, I did want to point this out. There is a bonus stream at 1100 hours. We will be playing... Yes, it's on the calendar, so I think we're allowed to talk about it. Yes. We will be playing D&D Dark Alliance. If you remember that game, well, we have the new version of Dark Alliance, from what it sounds like. I believe we're allowed to talk about it. So yeah, the tweet did go out. So there is a whole new Dark Alliance that's being made. We are doing a sponsored stream for Dungeons & Dragons. Very happy to be able to do that. I forget everybody who's on the stream. I believe Graham's playing. I think Ben and Adam, and I can't remember who all is playing. That's from 11 to 1400 hours. Talking Sim has been moved to 1700 hours, and then Play It Forward is again at 2000 hours. I mean, if they end up playing all day, then they end up playing all day, and who knows what that's going to mean. But yeah, it's a full week. Got lots of cool stuff going on, and please tune in. You can find all the stuff we do at loadingreadyrun.com/live. Gives you the schedule. That'll tell you in your time zone when all of our stuff is happening. So 4 beardsmen are playing Dark Alliance. It's Beardy McBrownface, Beardy McBlondeface, Brownie McBeardface, and then Blackbeard the Pirate, from what DJ Alternative has posted for me. So please enjoy the 4 of them playing that game. And I need to sew this whole damn thing up. If you are on YouTube watching this, thank you. You can go from the VOD channel to our main channel, youtube.com/loadingreadyrun, and join the YouTube memberships. Not just a subscription, but memberships are a way to monetarily support the channel. Everything we do is brought to you by you, after all. There's also the Patreon. Patreon.com/loadingreadyrun is another great way to support us. So many of you showed up. It's like over 100 now, just popped out of the blue. We added a new tier that was like, technically you can just give us $1 without the tier, but let's just let you know that you can do that. And so people are putting in $1, $2, $3, if that's what you got and that's what you want to give us. I really appreciate it. And those single dollars add up. That's the whole point of Patreon, right? Is a couple bucks here and a couple bucks there, and the next thing you know, we can afford to pay people, and they can pay mortgages and rents, and they can buy food, and we can keep the moon base open. And that's a huge part of what it is that we do. Store.loadingreadyrun.com is your place to pick up all the Loading Ready Run merchandise, including the Season 11 DVD set and the Season 11 Blu-ray set. I have determined how many we need to hold for people who haven't reported back yet, so that's what we're holding, and all the rest of the stock has now been released. You can buy it now. And why would you want to do that? Well, the Lure Pride tee is on there. We're going to get new stock in, I believe, this week. The RoadQuest water bottles have arrived at our warehouse. They need to be received, so they'll be available soon as well. And you'll be able to buy all this stuff very soon, including all of our other playmats, like the new Agatha Fisty playmat. Mugs and the Keep Cup and all the other cool things that we have on the website. And if you're from the EU, shipping is going to be suspended, much like it is for the UK currently, temporarily suspended while we figure out this whole VAT tax thing that we have to be responsible for. So the EU shipping will be suspended starting July the 1st. You have about 2 weeks to get any orders in for stuff that you want. Hopefully we're going to be able to process like your stuff. Ordering in a Pride shirt or any of the other things that haven't arrived yet, we're going to have things. You'll be able to order that stuff and get it sent to you soon enough. I'm excited that, but I am, also wanting to get the whole EU shipping thing sorted out, and we have to do some other things first, so we'll get there. But I want to thank everybody on Twitch who was here tonight as well, because you were here all night watching me, play this game. So let's start with Arclight Dynamo, who subscribed for 43 months. Thank you, Arclight. Railroad Tycoon 2 here for 54 months. SM Quinn 22 for 38 months. Hey, you hadn't subbed in a while. I'm glad you could sub. I'm glad you have come back, SM Quinn. Thank you so much. Yomidian for 50 months. That is the tin month. E Walked Away for 22 months. Oh, I said 50 there. Horfrost 82 just subscribed 2 hours ago. Thank you, Horfrost. Glad to have you on the channel. That's super cool. The Matt Wiggins raid showed up at that point, or near that point. Zyme86 for 83 months. Sing O Muse for 25 months. And Crazy Ginder 22 for 44 months. Those are your notifications for the night. Those are your Medicine Hat Tigers. Anyway, this is a lot of fun playing this. I can't wait to wander around this hellscape. It looks super cool. Neat that we get to go here in the first place. I don't even know if that was something that Feist wanted to do at any point, but anyway, here we are, and it's a thing that has come into play. I guess I'm done. I don't know what else to tell you. I could hang out and chat, but I don't really know what else I want to answer for questions. God willing, we're going to have our panel at PAX Online set up as well. We're going to come for people for questions at soon enough. So, God, this fan is great. All right, I'm going to wrap up. Thank you so much, everybody. Please stay safe, stay healthy, stay inside if you can. We've been doing that as much as we possibly can. And if you can, get that vaccine. Get the vaccine, get vaccinated. Get other vaccinations, too. Those are also helpful. Vaccines are an amazing thing we've been able to create. I can't wait to see us create more mRNA vaccines for other things. But, get that vaccine down. It is way easier to sit there and be zapped in the arm than it is to hide behind a mask for the rest of whatever. Though, even when I have my second shot, I'm still going to wear that mask out for a while because part of it is I don't know if there'll be other variants out there, and I don't want to find out, but also I don't want to be part of the problem. And if it help other people be part of the solution, which is wearing your mask until the pandemic really goes away, then I want to help everyone be part of the solution. And you should help people be part of that solution as well. God willing, we're going to get the shots out to everybody. You'll have vaccines everywhere. It sounds like more and more countries are going to get them, and the U.S. and Canada is going to share. So I'm hopeful for all of you. So take care, and I will talk to you tomorrow for Chill Point, but again on Play It Forward on Saturday. See you.